What's poppin', everybody? It's been a minute. Actually, no, it hasn't. But real quick, before we get into this video, I just want to say, because I announced this on my live stream the other day. So essentially, boy, I got my own place. I got this job. I'm moving. Yeah, I don't want to go too in detail, but I'm moving. So yeah, so soon you're gonna see, I'm gonna have some videos with that probably when I move in and all this type of shit. So just basically my life is changing completely. So it's cool. Hope y'all here for the journey. Let's go. But anyways, bro, I thought after Street Fighter V we were done with this whole fiasco, bro. And it's like literally the one game that Capcom makes that I was the most excited for. I am so ready to just throw my money at Monster Hunter World, and this game isn't asking me for a dime. I don't get it. I want you guys to take my money in Monster Hunter World, but you won't. I don't know. So basically, if you guys aren't aware of what happened in TGS 2018, DMC5, the demo build there, it was kind of revealed that there's going to be microtransactions in the game. So the full extent of how this is going to affect it is not clear right now. But regardless, man, it is causing a stir. So the way that they are going to be implemented is in the form of these things called red orbs. And so these orbs aren't exactly new in the DMC franchise. What they're used for is to upgrade your gear, level up, and also revive. It's one of those games where you see, you have a certain amount of continues, I think. And so if you die, maybe you don't even have any continues, but if you die, say at a boss fight, and I guess you run out of continues or whatever, you could choose to spend some of these red orbs in order to revive. And it's actually been revealed to me that Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition actually did have a way to purchase the orbs. But if you guys remember, I mean, I'm thinking back, I don't remember nearly as big of an uproar, so I don't know what's going on here. It is good to note, though, that the longtime producer, director, whatever, Hideaki Itsuno of the Devil May Cry series said this in response to a question regarding this whole aspect. With giving people the ability to purchase red orbs, it's something we want to give people as an option. If they want to save time and just want to get all the stuff at once, those people can do that. He went on, this is also from the IGN post, it says, he then went on to explain how the orbs cost of these moves and upgrades are balanced within the game's design. Cheaper things are easy to acquire and easy to master, with more expensive things taking a great amount of time to work to buy and perfect. Whatever. So, I'm not the biggest Devil May Cry fan, but so I don't want to talk too much about the specifics, but just this concept of microtransactions, we gotta talk about this. Capcom is already known for this nonsense, Street Fighter V, like I had mentioned, that was just, they didn't give you an arcade mode in a fighting game. Like, it didn't even release the story either, so that was just crazy. And I thought they learned, especially from the way they handled Monster Hunter World, but I think that's just how they always do Monster Hunters. It's like as if Capcom takes their most well-known titles and just wants to burn them to the ground and rob as much money from the consumers as much as possible. It's just ridiculous. So I did a little bit of research, before I made this video, and a lot of the arguments and back and forth attacks and whatnot are happening on the Reddit for Devil May Cry. So there's some posts I'm gonna highlight right now. So one person goes, on the topic of revives, it seems that it'll cost 1,500 orbs if you want 30% of your life back, 3,000 orbs for 100% of your initial non-upgraded life, obviously, so the orbs probably upgrade your life. So with 3,000 you can get the whole amount that you have without any upgrades, and 7,500 for all of your health. Having to revive more will increase this cost with 30% starting at 7.5 and so on. But the thing is, with all this, like I had mentioned, you don't have to revive yourself. You could start at a previous checkpoint instead of that. So the only real reason why you would need this is, maybe your boss is almost dead, bro. He's about to die. He's like this much left, and you just need any health, really. So you just spend that what is it, 1,500, and you just go ahead and kill him and you're done. It's like, I don't really see experienced players really ever needing this. Even if you're not someone like me, I'm just gonna restart from the checkpoint, like whatever. So I think with that, this whole microtransaction situation, I think then the biggest question is, How generous are the red orbs distribution? One of the Redditors had made a post saying that while the Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition did have that option to purchase these orbs, it was like very just not apparent. Like he said after a couple playthroughs was when he finally figured out that you could actually pay for them. So with DMC5, it's known that it's kind of more flamboyant with the fact that you could buy these orbs. So that could potentially mean that they want you to do it more often. During our demo, we encountered the Divinity statue, and in that menu, we discovered that players will have the option to spend real money to acquire more orbs. So along with, you know, that Redditor's, you know, post about how it wasn't very apparent in for Special Edition, I think the most thing that I was getting from these comments is most of the people mad about it is just the whole moral aspect of this situation. And those people that have the strong, you know, hate towards this whole thing are the people that are banding together and saying maybe with, you know, popular fan outage or outrage that they would potentially remove this, because they were talking about another game that from that they did remove it. I think they're just talking about Shadow of Mordor. So they're thinking that maybe this could happen with this situation. Honestly, nah, it's not happening. It's really not happening. In the post, they kind of compared Spider-Man. They were saying that it was good, you know, because if you think about it, Spider-Man, you were upgrading your gear, your suits, and things like that, and there was no way to pay for it. And I can kind of see where they're coming from. But let's be real here, okay? If they're mainly mad about the moral aspect of this, then let's not act like Spider-Man isn't doing anything that's not as bad. You have a game that released, before it released, they told you about the DLC that's coming, okay? Story DLC that's gonna add multiple suits, and there's gonna be multiple DLC. I think right now we have one for October, November, and December. Personally though, okay, I will say that like, I don't agree with this. I think I'm like in the middle, okay, because there's another comment that explains that S ranking a mission, they saw the gameplay, gave the person 200,000 red orbs. So if you put that in the mix of this, think about that. If you can just S rank a couple of the early missions, and I'm saying early missions because those are the easy ones, like the tutorials. So you S rank those, which you should almost guarantee to S rank, and you have a bunch of orbs in your possession already. But then, you know, where I'm not positive and then I'm really against it is whenever I'm like, maybe they don't give you that much, you know? And that's just where this whole thing comes together. It really depends on how generously you're getting those red orbs. If those things are scarce, bro, this is not good, you know what I'm trying to say? But if they're generous, but he says balanced, so I don't know. I still think that the fact that it's used for upgrading as well, they're obviously going to give you these fairly nicely enough to upgrade your stuff, okay? So then from there, the only real reason why you're going to use these is one, if you're not very good at the game and I don't know, you don't have patience, because think about it. Like I said, Spider-Man, very similar in the gameplay aspect. So you fail a mission, no matter what, you have to restart, you know? So why don't you just act like Devil May Cry 5 is that way, and you don't spend money to buy more orbs if you used up all yours to revive or something like that. And I think the biggest point here is that it's optional, you know, it's optional. You don't have to do this. But all in all, you know, I can understand the unease. Like I said, a lot of people in this Reddit was like, yo, this is our favorite, this is our favorite franchise, and Capcom's doing this to us. So they were just very disgusted with it. So, you know, like I said, I understand that. I understand that that's crazy. You know, if it was one of my games, I still don't think I'd be as mad though, as long as it's optional, it doesn't affect the gameplay in any way. So, but like I said, I still resonate with them. I still understand where they're coming from and all of that. So with that being said, DMC5, I do want to get it, but like I said, I never really played that many. I think I played a couple demos of the other ones. Never really played them though. So I think I'm probably gonna watch some summaries of the story and then go ahead and pick it up in March. So let me know what you guys think of this topic, of this whole thing. And then let me know if you guys are hyped for or getting this game. You know, I want to know who's out there, So yeah, other than that's all I gotta say, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace. Why these niggas always trying to move when I move? You can't keep up with the pace, please don't try to make room. Playing switch all in your face, I can't see